Lily loved adventures. She was always on the lookout for something new and exciting. Every day was a chance to discover something magical, and she never missed an opportunity to explore. One day she saw a sign. It said, Whispering Woods. She was curious. Lily touched the sign. The name itself sounded like a promise of mystery and wonder. She felt a tingle of excitement run down her spine. Whoosh! The world spun around, colors blurred, and the air seemed to shimmer with magic. It was as if she had stepped into another world entirely. Lily landed on soft grass. Trees surrounded her. They were not just any trees. They seemed ancient and wise, as if they had stories to tell. They were taller than any she had ever seen. Their branches reached high into the sky, creating a canopy that filtered the sunlight into a beautiful dappled pattern on the forest floor. A light breeze rustled the leaves. It was a gentle, soothing sound, like a whispering lullaby. They seemed to whisper secrets. Lily leaned in closer, trying to catch the words. It was as if the forest itself was alive and had something important to share with her. Lily took a deep breath. The air was crisp and fresh, filled with the scent of pine needles and the earthy aroma of the forest floor. The air smelled like pine needles and sunshine. It was invigorating, making her feel more alive than ever.
Hello, is anyone here? Her voice echoed through the trees, bouncing back to her in a soft, almost musical way.
Only the echo of her own voice answered. Lily started walking. She felt a sense of anticipation, as if something wonderful was just around the corner. She wasn't scared, not really, more like excited. Her heart was pounding with the thrill of the unknown. She couldn't wait to see what this magical forest held. Every step she took felt like a step into a fairy tale. Lily skipped ahead, eager to make a new friend. She knew that, in a place as magical as this, anything was possible. Who knew what kind of adventures awaited her in the Whispering Woods?
Hoot, hoot! Who dares disturb the peace of my forest?
Lily stopped in her tracks. She looked around. Perched on a branch above was the biggest owl she had ever seen. He had feathery tufts on his head and eyes that seemed to glow.
Hello, my name is Lily. I didn't mean to disturb anything.
The owl swiveled his head. He stared at her with one eye, then the other. Lily tried not to giggle. He looked so serious.
Well, Lily, you're in the Whispering Woods now, and things are not as they seem.
Suddenly, a tiny figure zipped past Lily's head. It was a fairy, but not a delicate, graceful one. This fairy had messy red hair and wore a leather jacket. She buzzed around Lily's head, making her dizzy.
Hey, watch it!
The fairy giggled.
I'm Blaze, and this forest is in big trouble.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Blaze landed on a mushroom, looking worried.
The Whispering Woods is losing its magic. Soon, all the trees will be silent.
Just then, a little squirrel scurried down a tree trunk. He looked frantic.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Seen what?
My tail, it's gone, vanished, poof.
The squirrel spun in a circle, his little nose twitching. Lily didn't know what to say. First, the forest was losing its magic, and now this poor squirrel had lost his tail. It was all very strange.
Don't worry, we'll help you find your tail. But first, we need to solve the bigger problem.
Lily, Blaze, and the squirrel, whose name was Chestnut, all looked at the owl.
What bigger problem?
The owl closed his eyes.
Can't you hear it?
He whispered.
The forest is crying out.
Lily, Blaze, and Chestnut all listened closely. At first, they could only hear the rustling leaves and the chirping birds. But then, underneath it all, they heard a faint sound. It was a low, mournful hum, like the forest itself was sad.
What is that?
Chestnut whimpered, his little nose twitching. Blaze's usual mischievous grin was gone. His eyes, usually twinkling with playful mischief, were now clouded with worry. The forest, once a place of endless adventures and laughter, seemed to be losing its magic. The trees whispered less, and the air felt heavy with an unspoken sadness.
It's the sound of magic fading. The light that once danced through the leaves is dimming, and the songs of the forest creatures are growing faint. The very heart of the Whispering Woods is in danger. If we don't do something soon, the Whispering Woods will be silent forever. The ancient trees, the magical creatures, and the enchanting melodies will all be lost to time.
Lily knew what she had to do. She felt a deep connection to the forest, a bond that went beyond mere friendship. It was as if the very soul of the woods was calling out to her, begging for help. She might be just one little girl, but she couldn't let this magical forest disappear. With a heart full of determination and courage, she decided to take action.
We have to work together. Alone, we are small and powerless, but together, we can achieve miracles. The strength of our friendship and unity will be our greatest weapon. We can save the forest. With hope in their hearts and a shared purpose, the children and their forest friends felt a renewed sense of hope and determination.
The owl, the fairy, and the squirrel all looked at Lily in surprise. They had never seen such a resolve in someone so young. It was as if her spirit was infused with the very essence of the forest. Then a slow smile spread across the owl's face. He realized that perhaps this little girl was the key to saving their home.
Indeed, perhaps a little girl is exactly what this forest needs. Her pure heart and unwavering determination might be the magic that can restore the Whispering Woods.
And so, an unlikely team set out to save the Whispering Woods. With every step they took, the bond between them grew stronger, and the hope for the forest's revival burned brighter. Together, they would face any challenge and overcome any obstacle to protect their beloved home. Lily, Blaze, Chestnut, and the owl, whose name was Professor Sophocles, worked together to save the Whispering Woods. They had always been curious about the forest's secrets, but this time, they were on a mission. It was a long and difficult journey, filled with puzzles to solve and obstacles to overcome. They encountered riddles that tested their wits and physical challenges that required teamwork and perseverance. But through it all, they never gave up hope. Their determination and friendship grew stronger with each step, and they learned to rely on each other's strengths. Finally, they found the source of the problem, a tiny, frightened creature who had accidentally trapped the forest's magic. The creature was scared and confused, not knowing how to fix the mess it had created. Lily, with her kind heart, was able to befriend the creature and convince it to release the magic. She spoke gently to it, assuring it that everything would be all right and that they were there to help. The forest came alive with joy. The once dull and lifeless trees began to glow with vibrant colors, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. The trees swayed and danced, their leaves rustling happily. It was as if the entire forest was celebrating their victory and the return of its magic. Birds sang, squirrels chattered, and the air buzzed with newfound energy. Every creature in the forest seemed to be rejoicing, grateful for the return of their enchanted home. Chestnut even got his tail back. The little squirrel was overjoyed, scampering around with his bushy tail held high. Lily had never felt so happy. She had not only saved the forest, but also discovered the true meaning of friendship and bravery. She had made new friends and saved a magical forest. The bond she formed with Blaze, Chestnut, and Professor Sophocles was something she would cherish forever. As she waved goodbye to her friends and stepped back through the portal, she felt a mix of sadness and joy. She knew that this adventure had changed her in ways she couldn't yet fully understand. She knew she would never forget her adventure in the Whispering Woods. The memories of the magical forest and the friends she made would stay with her forever, a reminder of the incredible journey she had undertaken.